All right, you guys, it's Tuesday, so we have to talk about your health. We've got a really interesting topic today. It's been all over TikTok lately. It's called Weaponized Incompetence. And here to talk about that is psychologist and executive coach, Dr. Lisa Orbe-Austin. Thanks for joining us again today, Lisa.
Thanks, Natalie, for having me.
So we have to explain this to people. So it's so interesting about weaponized incompetence is that it's something a lot of us are probably guilty of doing. Can you explain what it means?
Yeah, it's also known as strategic incompetence. And it's when you feign the inability to do something, or you're kind of saying that you're not good at it in order to kind of avoid undesirable tasks.
I feel like I'm definitely guilty of that. What are the consequences that weaponized incompetence can have on our relationships, whether those are personal or in a lot of cases work related?
Yeah, because if you're not doing the undesirable tasks or you're not doing them well, somebody is doing them for you or doing them properly.
Right.
And it can create a lot of resentment in relationships and also create modeling for children, coworkers that leave the burden on other people.
Okay, so how can we break this cycle if we are guilty of doing this?
Yeah, so if you notice that you are doing this and you've gotten into the habit of doing it, I think it's really important to recognize the consequences on your relationships and to start to take some of it back. If there are tasks you have now been absolved of, try to take some of them back. And if there are ones that you don't do properly, start working on doing them better to enhance the relationships in your life. I think it's also important to kind of note that for people who notice other people doing this in their lives, it's okay to address it and to raise it and to use the famous I statement, say, I feel this when you do this, to be able to kind of let them know that this is not okay and you need for the behavior to change.
Yeah. And like you said, what about the people who feel like they need to take care of everything? If it's not done their way, it's not done right, because no one else can do that good of a job. We've talked about perfectionists before, but how can we break this specific habit?
Yeah, I think it's important to recognize that perfectionism actually enables this type of behavior, because when it's not done right, you go do it again. Or you do it the right way, or you tell them, oh, I'll handle it anyway. So I think it's really important to recognize it's important to teach, not actually show, to be able to put up with people's developmental processes and learning a new task, and to kind of learn to put up with the good enough and not the perfect of things so that people can actually be able to take on these tasks for you.
All right. Some great advice, Dr. Lisa Orbe-Austin. As always, thanks again. We'll see you again next week.